Welcome back. Dr. Aaron Chadwick here, part of Your Nutrition Physicians. And today we're talking about thyroid deficiency and toxicity. Thyroid deficiency is rampant in this country today. So let's talk about it. First of all, the thyroid gland sits in your throat, and it's responsible for your metabolism, meaning that it helps your body to absorb your different types of foods and to utilize your foods. It brings your foods to your cells to burn for energy. So when the thyroid is hypoactive or low functioning, what happens is things slow down. So your digestion slows down, you get constipation, you gain weight, you feel depressed, you feel tired, you get hair loss, you get very brittle nails, you get dry skin. Those are signs of hypofunctioning thyroid gland. So, and the thyroid gland is very, very important for metabolism. We also know that the thyroid gland is involved in the way the body utilizes other things in the body, other minerals, and it's very good for the brain function. And in a woman, the thyroid is greatly connected to your reproductive system. So what do? Well, we look at two ways of looking at the low-functioning thyroid. It's either deficient or it's toxic. Deficient means that it needs a certain amount of nutrients to function correctly. So if it doesn't have those nutrients, you're not going to have a good functioning thyroid. One of the most important ones is iodine. Iodine is rampantly deficient in this country, and it's crucial for thyroid function. And the recommended dietary allowance for thyroid is very, very low. We need to go higher than that to activate certain things. Let me say it like this. When we have enough iodine, and iodine is connecting with your good fats that you're eating, good fats, with the connection of those two, that helps provide protection to your thyroid and keeps the cells functioning optimally. Let me give you a little nutrition nugget, ladies. Iodine is mostly found in the thyroid gland. The second area where iodine is mostly found in the human body is in breast tissue. So when the breast tissue becomes deficient of iodine and good fats, that causes bad cells. Let me say it like this. When you have good iodine and good fats, you keep your cells in your breast tissue and your thyroid functioning correctly. When we have a deficiency, we get all sorts of problems like breast lumps because the cells are not working correctly. Not good. But going back to the thyroid gland, so the iodine and good fats are crucial for your body to have good metabolism. And what happens is when you're deficient in the iodine especially, your thyroid gland will swell up. We call it goiter, or you'll get a nodule or a lump on your thyroid. That's because your body's deficient in iodine. The gland swells up because it's trying to get more iodine from your bloodstream, but there's not enough there. So that's the main cause for having it swollen. But there's also toxicities involved in why your thyroid gets swollen. We'll talk about that. So we need to have good iodine, good fats. What are good fats? Organic grass-fed butter, coconut oil, and olive oil. Really good fats. Do not use these oils, any liquid oil, vegetable oil, soy oil, canola oil, corn oil. Again, the exception is you can have olive oil, but these other oils are toxic to your body and they block your thyroid from functioning and they make more inflammation in your body. Even those vegan spreads that are supposedly organic or they're blends of different oils or they're supposedly non-trans fats, those are all toxic for your body. Do not use any of these things. And be careful because a lot of those oils are hidden in your foods. Things like cakes and crackers and cookies that you buy off the shelf in the grocery store have a lot of these different liquid oils. You got to be very careful and avoid them. Okay, so going back to some of the deficiencies again, we talk about selenium, zinc, copper, glutathione, vitamin D. These are very important nutrients for your thyroid. More importantly, though, these nutrients actually help your liver, this is your liver here, to turn T4. So the thyroid gland makes hormones. One is called T4, the other one is called T3. It mainly makes the T4, and that T4 has to go to your liver to be converted to T3. And in order for you to convert T4 to T3, guess what? You need these nutrients: selenium, zinc, copper, glutathione, vitamin D, and even some sodium. I'll talk about that in a second. But you need these especially. Why? Because they help convert that T4 into the T3. And without enough of those, you have issues. Now, you can tell if you're probably asking yourself, well, how do I know if I have enough? You do a good blood test. The correct blood test will tell you if you're deficient in any of these guys. Another really important nutrient is sodium, believe it or not. And people are afraid of sodium, but sodium is a crucially important mineral. It goes along with the iodine. See, in our thyroid gland, we have little parking spaces. We call them receptors. Those parking spaces absorb the iodine into them. But we need enough sodium. Sodium is abbreviated Na in science. So we need enough sodium to make that doorway work correctly. It's called a symporter. So we need the sodium and iodine together to get into your thyroid gland to support it and to make it healthy. So we need a good amount of sodium. Again, check your blood to see if your body's deficient or excessive in sodium. So those are very important minerals when it comes to, and nutrients when it comes to deficiency. On the other side of the coin, we have toxicity, bad fats. I mentioned those already over there. Estrogens. Females and males make estrogen. Of course, females make more. It's a hormone, but extra estrogen is known to block the thyroid glands from working correctly. So where do you get extra estrogen from? Birth control pills especially, or an IUD, have a lot of these extra estrogens, and they can block the thyroid. Obesity, being 25% or greater over your ideal body weight means you're obese. And obesity, we know that the fat cells actually make more estrogens, which have a plethora of problems, but included the fact that extra estrogen will clog your thyroid gland up and not make it work correctly. BPAs, plastics. You may be saying to yourself, Dr. Chadwick, I don't eat plastic. However, if you drink liquids from a plastic container, there's BPAs, these chemicals in the plastics that are very dangerous to your body. These BPAs leach from the plastic into the liquid, into the food, especially if you're heating Tupperware in a microwave. Do not use a microwave, number one. And number two, don't use the Tupperware because the Tupperware has those BPAs. When the combination of heating the food in your Tupperware, in your microwave, leaches out more BPAs into your body, and the BPAs block your thyroid gland from working. So definitely stay away from those. The last but not least, estrogen, birth control, obesity, BPAs, homocysteine. Homocysteine is a big one. Homocysteine is a natural substance found in your body, but in recent research, when homocysteine is higher in your blood, it means that can cause your thyroid gland to become hypoactive, to become slow, become sluggish. So check your blood for homocysteine. And if your homocysteine is high in your blood, it's very simple, it's easy to correct. You got to get enough folate, which is a B vitamin, B6, and B12. Those three vitamins, B vitamins, folate, B6, and B12 help to reduce homocysteine in your body and keep it from clogging up your thyroid. That's very important. And last but not least is gluten. Gluten, if you haven't heard, is a protein found in, especially in wheat products and breads, right? And gluten is a protein, which means that it's a chain of amino acids. The problem with gluten is if you're not digesting it well. If you're not digesting it well, the gluten will go into your bloodstream. And unfortunately, gluten is very similar in its structure to T4, your thyroid hormone. So your T4 is similar in its structure to gluten. So if you're not digesting the gluten, it's going into your bloodstream. Your body doesn't want it there. It's supposed to be broken down, but it's not in many cases. So what happens is your immune system, your white blood cells, attack it. It creates inflammation. And after a while, the immune system gets tired and it starts to attack your T4. And that's what's causing hypothyroid. So gluten is a big one. So avoid gluten. But it's not just avoiding the gluten. If you're not digesting your gluten and you have a gluten sensitivity and you feel better, when you got to avoid it, right? You feel better not doing that. That tells us that your digestive system is not working correctly. So what my wife and I have put together is we put together a digestion correction workshop, which includes our 15-day detox. So in this workshop, we're going to teach you all about how to remedy your digestive system, to strengthen it. So if you have like digestive issues, gas, bloating, constipation, loose bowels, acid reflux, anything of that nature, even if you don't, it's very important because this 15-day detox I'm talking about will help to get rid of toxicities in your body, which will help help your body all over to feel better. So if you want more information about that, just DM me in the comments below, or just put a little comment that you want more information about our digestive correction workshop, which is a 5-day workshop. Also, please like this video and share it. Follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the little bell for notifications so we can tell you when we're going to have our next digestion correction workshop and other things like this to help you guys to get stronger and be healthier. Okay, this is Dr. Aaron Chadwick, part of Your Nutrition Physicians. God bless you guys. Stay healthy. We'll see you next time.